So one of the advantages about kayak fishing is we're able to launch our kayaks in areas that boats normally can't launch, so we can get a little bit closer to our fishing spots. But that still makes our range pretty limited. So that's the advantage of having the Torqeedo 3-horsepower electric motor. We can kind of get into them spots and even extend our range even farther with the motor and be able to cover a lot more water and fish a lot farther than we're normally able to. So we're fishing a no motor zone up in the Santa Rosa Sound, Pensacola area. This area is really cool because it's real shallow and there's not really any boat ramps close by, so it doesn't get a lot of pressure. Most of the boats that come in here are poling because it's so shallow. This whole area is just filled with grass. So it's a perfect spot for us to use our motors to get over here and then just dissect it in our kayaks. A lot of smaller reds in here, slot reds in here. And it's a beautiful area to throw some topwater lures. Looks like it might be a nice trout. Oh yeah, pretty trout. Nice speckled trout on topwater, early morning. Nice trout. Beautiful trout on topwater. That's what we're out here looking for. That's a healthy speckled trout, over 20 inches. So I was just throwing on the back side of this little sand point. There's fish staging here, waiting to ambush bait that the wind blows over the point through this topwater, and he crushed it. Another nice speckled trout on topwater. Speckled trout. Alright, one of the baits for this shallow water grass fishing is the Savage Gear Twitch Reaper. It's just a shallow twitch bait that stays right under the surface. It's good to slow down your presentation with this. Works really well. Another option that we throw a lot around grass flats is the jerk bait. This is a custom painted jerk bait by one of my friends with a purple back. Kind of mimics a lot of fish because a lot of fish have iridescent colors on them, so this works really well. It's a shallow jerk bait, probably 1 to 3 feet max, but mostly in the 1 to 2 foot range. Another trout. Still a decent one. A lot of times when you got a fish blowing up on topwater and just don't really get the topwater missing a bunch, come behind it with another lure, and sometimes you can get them to eat. I like to throw a jerk bait or a paddle tail or anything that I can slow down the presentation a little bit. So having the Torqeedo has definitely helped me make longer runs and getting to areas that I wouldn't normally try to fish in an afternoon or during the day. I've been able to cover a lot more water, fish some areas that are a little bit farther from my launches, and use the motor to really get out there quick and return home so I can spend more time actually fishing those spots. There's a couple of spots where it's a couple miles, you know, away from the launch, and instead of spending a lot of time trying to pedal to get there, I can hit full throttle, haul butt to where I'm fishing at, and then able to spend more time in them prime areas. And then when I'm ready to go home, I can turn around and hit the Torqeedo full throttle back to the house and get home in time for dinner.